AI isn't smart. It's something stranger. It can write your emails, pass the bar exam, and hold a conversation that feels almost human, and it does all of that without understanding a single word you say. That sounds like a contradiction. It isn't. Once you see how it actually works, it stops feeling like magic and starts feeling like a tool you can actually use. Here's the promise for the next few minutes. By the end, you'll know what AI actually is, how it works under the hood, and how to talk to it so it actually helps you. No jargon, just the plain English version nobody gave you the first time. Here's how we'll get there. 6 questions, back to back, each building on the last. What AI actually is, how it learns, why it can hold a conversation at all, what it was actually trained on, what it still can't do, and finally, how to talk to it so you get answers worth having. That last one is the one almost everyone skips, and it's the difference between being disappointed by AI and actually getting real use out of it. Stick around for that. Let's start at the beginning with the question underneath all the others. Chapter 1. What AI actually is. Forget robots and movie brains. Forget the idea of a tiny mind living inside your computer. Modern AI is a prediction machine. Nothing more mysterious than that, and nothing less impressive either. Here's what that means in practice. It studied an almost unimaginable number of examples of how the world tends to go, sentences, images, code, conversations, until it built a rough sense of what usually follows what. Now, when you give it something, it isn't thinking about it. It's predicting what comes next. Show it half a sentence, and it predicts the rest. Show it a question, and it predicts what a good answer to that question looks like, word by word, one likely piece at a time. That's it. That's the whole trick. No understanding required. It doesn't know what any of these words mean to you, and it doesn't need to, any more than a calculator needs to understand numbers to get the sum right. But here's the part that surprises people. A machine that guesses well enough stops feeling like guessing. It starts feeling like thinking. It isn't. It's prediction, running at a scale big enough to look like intelligence from the outside. Chapter 2. How AI learns. Here's something that surprises almost everyone. Nobody wrote ChatGPT's rules. Nobody could. No team of programmers sat down and typed out the rules for sounding human, line by line. Old software works like a recipe. Do this, then that, then that. Every step spelled out in advance. AI isn't written like that. It's trained. Here's the training loop, and it's simpler than it sounds. Show the system an example, and let it guess the answer. If the guess is wrong, nudge its internal settings a tiny bit, just enough to make that guess a little less wrong next time, and try again. Now do that again, and again, billions of times, across trillions of examples, far more than any team could ever check by hand. Slowly, almost invisibly, the guesses stop being wrong. And here's the part worth sitting with. Nobody typed that knowledge in by hand. It emerged from the repetition itself. That's also why even the engineers who built these systems can't fully explain what's happening inside them. They built the training process. They didn't write the knowledge. The knowledge grew. Chapter 3. Why AI can talk. Here's a strange but useful way to think about it. ChatGPT and your phone's keyboard are the same species. You know that little gray word your phone suggests above the keyboard? That's autocomplete, predicting one word. ChatGPT does the exact same thing, just astronomically better, and it doesn't stop at one word. It predicts the next word, then the next after that, thousands of times over. Each word it picks is chosen to fit everything that came before it, your question, and every word it's already written in its own answer so far. String enough of those good predictions together, one after another, and you get a sentence. String enough sentences together, and you get a paragraph. Here's the part that trips people up. There was no essay planned in advance. No outline sitting in memory somewhere. It's built one word at a time, live, each one a fresh prediction based on everything so far. Every answer, every essay, every explanation it's ever produced was autocomplete, just running downhill, one word after another, at a scale that turns into something that reads like real, considered writing. Chapter 4. What AI was actually trained on. Here's a genuinely wild fact. AI has read more than every human in history combined. Trillions of words. Books, websites, code, forum arguments, recipes, poetry, contracts, all of it. That's more text than you could get through in a million lifetimes. It's why the same system can quote Shakespeare, write working code, and explain your oddly specific hobby, all in the same conversation, without missing a beat. But two things matter just as much as everything it did read. First, its reading stopped at a cutoff date. Ask it about something that happened last week, and it genuinely doesn't know. It isn't hiding it or being cagey. The information simply was never there for it to learn from. Second, and this is the one people forget, it never read your email, your files, your messages, or your life. It knows the world in general. It knows nothing about you specifically, unless you tell it yourself, in the conversation, right now. That gap between knowing everything in general and knowing nothing about you personally is where almost every AI mistake comes from. Used well, it's also exactly where most of its usefulness comes from too. Chapter 5. What AI can't do. Here's a humbling one. The world's smartest AI forgets you the second you close the tab. By default, every new chat starts from zero. No memory of what you talked about yesterday or 5 minutes ago in a different window. It usually can't browse the live internet either, unless a specific tool lets it. And it has no goals of its own. It doesn't want anything. Not to help you, not to please you, not even to keep existing. It waits for input, predicts a response, and stops, completely, until you type again. That's deeply unlike every sci-fi robot you grew up watching. There's no ambition in there, no secret plan, no inner life quietly running while it waits for your next message. So what's the actual risk if it isn't secretly plotting something? It's boring, but it's real, confident errors. It can say something completely wrong in the same calm, fluent tone as something completely right, and most people can't tell the difference just by reading it. So here's the practical takeaway. Fear the autocomplete less than you've been told to. Check its answers more than you're tempted to, especially anywhere accuracy actually matters. Chapter 6. Your first real conversation with AI. This is the chapter that actually changes how useful AI is for you. So here it is. Most people use AI like Google. That's exactly why it disappoints them. Google was built for keywords. Type best laptop 2026, and you get a wall of links to sort through yourself. AI wasn't built for keywords. It was built for conversation. So don't type a keyword at it. Talk to it, the way you talk to a sharp friend who happens to know a lot. Tell it your budget. Tell it what you'll actually use the laptop for. Tell it what you hated about your last one. None of that fits in a search box. All of it fits easily in a sentence to AI. And remember chapter 1. It's predicting the best possible answer based on everything you've given it. The more real context you hand it, the better that prediction gets. And here's the move almost nobody uses. When the answer is close, but not quite right, don't start over from scratch. Just say what's wrong. Too expensive. I need it lighter. Explain that part again, simpler. It refines from there, in front of you. That back and forth is the loop, and it's the whole point of talking to it at all. So don't search an AI. Brief it, the way you'd brief a smart colleague on their first day. Here's the goal. Here's the context. Here's what matters to me. That one shift is worth more than any clever prompt trick you'll ever read. So let's bring it all together. AI isn't a brain. It's a predictor trained on a staggering amount of text that's gotten so good at guessing what comes next that it feels like thinking. It learned by guessing and getting corrected billions of times, not by anyone typing the answers in. It talks by predicting one word after another, the same way your keyboard does, just at a wildly different scale. It knows the whole world up to a cutoff date and nothing at all about you personally, unless you say so. And it has no memory between chats, no goals, and no hidden agenda, just a habit of sounding confident even when it's wrong. And now you know the fix for all of that. Stop searching it and start briefing it with real context, refined in conversation, the way you'd brief a person. That's AI, actually explained. If this saved you from a dozen confusing videos that made it more complicated than it needed to be, subscribe. This channel breaks down the technology everyone's talking about, with zero jargon every week. Next up, the real risks worth worrying about, and the ones you can safely stop losing sleep over.